Hi guys, and welcome to my TED Talk. So today I'm going to teach you how to change a car tire. As you can see here we have the car, it's a Mazda 3 2012. So before you start you need to put on some work clothes, because if you don't you may end up with some stains such as oil or grease on your clothes, and trust me, they are really hard to get off. So first things first, you need to lift up the car from the ground. So you take your jack and you look for a strut under the car to support it. So sometimes it will be marked with some notch, and that's where you need to put the jack. So when it is secured, you just lift the car until the tire does not touch the ground. It can take a little while, but it's pretty easy. So once your car tire does not touch the ground anymore, you need to make sure that the car won't move. So give it a little push, and if it's stable, well, you can work on it. So to remove the wheel, you need to take off the bolts. So there are 5 of them, but one of them is really special. You need to have a special tool to remove it. So this tool has some grooves in it, and it will fit right into this one. As you can see, it has the same pattern. So you take your lock and put it on the nut that has some grooves in it. So now that it is secured, you just take up the bolt. And the little trick is to not take the special bolt at the last. So because if you do, the wheel may just fall off. So now that the bolts are out, sometimes the tire can be stuck on the wheel hub, which is not the case with this one. So take it out. And to remember where it was, to make sure that you make the rotation, you need to find the play. Where is it? This supposed to, okay. Right, so you take your pencil and just write where the tire position was. So in this case it was front right. So I'll write it in French. So avant droit. So with this, you know that the next time you change the tires, you know that this tire was in the front, so you need to put it in the back to make sure that they all use at the same rate. So now you just put it aside, and we can work with the summer one. So you need to find the rear right tire. So as you can see here, RD stands for arrière droit. So this is the one you put in the front. So now you have to make sure that the tires are well inflated. So you just unscrew the valve, the hood, and then plug your hose in it. And in this case, the car suggests that we inflate them at 33 psi. So if you can just look here. So now it's at 30. Now it's at 32. So after that, you just screw back on the cap. And now you're ready to scale them. So scaling a tire is the most important part of it, because if you don't do it right, you might feel some vibrations going down on the freeway, and you do not want that, because it can make you lose the control of your car. So first of all, you need to find a socket that fits in the hole in the center. So this one does. All right. So now I'm just going to brush the wheel hub to make sure that the contact is the same everywhere. So we remove any rust and dust and little bits of rocks that can end up there. So now you put it on the stud. Take your fitting hub, put it there, and another one, just to make sure. And after that, you tighten all this down. So make sure it's really tight, so you will have an accurate measure. So after that, you need to measure the tire width. So you take the special arm here, and you press it against the tire, like this. So now you have a number that indicates the width of the tire. After that, you take these sorts of clamps and you measure the width of the tire again. So in this case, it's a 7.0. So this means that this is 7 inches. So you write 7.0. And now you want to make sure that you have the weight just on one side of the tire, because this is a mag and you don't want anything on the front side. So you need to adjust the mode to make sure that it will only read the left side, like this. So now you put down this, and so now it says that we need to put 0.75. So as you can see, this is a 0.75 weight. So you take your hammer and you adjust yourself with the long line here, not the tiny one, the long line. This will tell you where to put the weight. So in this case, we already have one. So we'll just take it off and put another one. This is a 0.75, but this is a mag weight. So align it and then just tap it. Do not be afraid to tap it hard, because it needs to be really stuck there. So after you put the weight, you rebalance them, and now it says again 0.75. So you repeat the same process. Alright. Now the 00 indicates that the tire is well scaled. So it won't cause any vibrations when you go down the highway. It will be really safer for you. So now that the tire is scaled, you just put on back the little lid, like this. And after, to make sure that the tire is well pressed against the wheel hub, you need to brush it a little bit to remove any dust and rust that could be there. So now that it is well brushed, just put on back the tire like this, and make sure it fits with all the studs, like that. So now you just screw the bolts by hand first. So this one, and do not forget the special bolt, which required a special attachment. So you screw this on too. Put this back. So now the wheel should not move. So after that, you take your impact gun hold it with your foot like this and bolt them in the star pattern. So I start at the top, and now I do not go on the next one, that's side of it, I go across. So one. Alright, so now the wheel is screwed against the hub, but you need to torque it. So you take your torque wrench and you refer to the lug nut torque chart. So as I said, it's a Mazda. So you go and look at Mazda right here. And it's a Mazda 3. So it says 80 pound-foot of torque. So you look right here, there are some numbers. So you unscrew it until it's at 80. So now it's at 90. And another one. Now it's at 80 because the 0 aligns with the 80. So again, in the crisscross pattern, when you hear a click, it says that the bolt is torqued. So again, and it's always good to redo the first one you did to make sure that it is well torqued. So as you can see, it's at 80 pound-foot of torque. So now that the wheel is secured and torqued and well inflated, you can now lower the car like this carefully, and you're good to go. That's how you change the car tire. So thank you very much and have a nice day.